Hello, in today's video I'll show you how to put two separate shades on the same channel using your 5-channel remote. To begin, you'll want to make sure that your shades are factory reset. If you're just now taking them out of the box, they'll come factory reset or completely wiped of all programming data. However, if you've already begun programming, check out the link below so you can see how to factory reset your motors. To begin, you'll want to choose the correct channel on your 5-channel remote. You can use these left and right buttons to toggle between your different channels. Personally, I like to start left to right, starting on channel 1. I'm going to be actually putting both of these roller shades, this one and the one behind me, on channel 1 together. To begin, locate your first shade. You're going to want to go ahead and go into pairing mode and set your initial programming instructions. So just a recap of that, you're going to locate the P1 button on the motor head. This is next to the USB-C port, and you're going to press and hold that button for 2 seconds. At that point, the motor will jog up and down and beep once. On your remote, you're going to locate that middle stop button and hold it for 2 seconds. Your motor will jog up and down twice and beep twice, and now your remote and shade are paired together. Next step, you're going to check the motor's direction. So if you're moving up and the shade, or you're pressing up and the shade moves up, congratulations, your motor's moving in the right direction. However, if you need to change the direction of the motor, so for example, if you're moving up and the shade's moving down, to change the motor's direction, you're just going to, on the remote, press and hold the up and down buttons simultaneously for 2 seconds. And that's going to change the direction of your motor. You just repeat this step until it matches the button that you're pressing on your remote. So in this case, as I'm pressing down, the shade is traveling down. In order to set your bottom limit, you're going to want to go ahead and press and hold the down button on the remote until your shade stops close to where you would like it to be fully closed. You can press the down or any of the up and down buttons one small step at a time in order to adjust it in small increments, or you can press and hold that button and it'll travel all the way down until you press stop. So once your shade is on the bottom limit that you wish for it to be, you're going to lock in that limit. In order to do so, you're going to press and hold the stop and down button simultaneously for 2 seconds. That's going to set your bottom limit. You'll hear the motor, the shade will jog up and down twice and the motor will beep twice. Now we'll go ahead and set our upper limit. We're going to do the same steps here. Press and hold that up button, and that'll travel the shade up. I like to stop it just before my stopping point, and then I adjust it incrementally by pressing small little steps at a time. Once your shade is at your top limit, you're going to go ahead and press and hold the top and middle button, and that's going to set your upper limit position. Your shade will jog up and down twice and beep twice, and at this point your shade is ready to operate. So when you press the down button, your shade's going to automatically travel to the lower limit, and then when you press the up button, your shade's going to travel to the upper limit. At any time during this operation that you want the shade to stop, you just press the stop button and you can stop it in between your positions. Once your first shade has been programmed, we're going to move on to pairing the second shade, but on the same channel. Now the issue is if you try to set your programming, it's going to start operating this shade. So what you must do first is you must put your shade into sleep mode. In order to do that, you're going to locate the P1 button on the motor head, and we're going to press and hold this for 6 seconds. During that time, your shade is going to jog up and down 2 times with a slight pause in between, and you'll hear the motor beep twice. This has put your motor into sleep mode. So the settings that we programmed are going to be stored in the motor head. However, we've put it to rest so the remote will not control that at all. At that point, you're able to move on to programming your second shade using the exact same programming instructions as before. So I actually want them to be on the same channel. So I'm going to keep it on channel 1. So I'm just making sure that I still have channel 1 programmed on my remote. I'm going to go to my shade number 2, and I'm going to go ahead and enter pairing mode. So these are the same instructions that we use for every shade. We're just applying the same settings to this shade as well. So you're going to locate that P1 button on the motor head, press and hold it for 2 seconds. It'll jog up and down once, beep once, and then you'll go ahead and find the stop button on your remote. Press and hold for 2 seconds. We see 2 jogs, 2 beeps. We're paired. So running through your basic programming instructions, step 1, we always check the motor's direction. So when I press down, I can see my shade's actually moving up. So I'm going to want to change directions. To do so, press and hold the up and down button for 2 seconds. Your shade's going to jog once, and that'll mean that you've changed the direction. Let's check it now. So when I press the down button, now my shade is traveling correctly. Let's go ahead and set that lower limit once again. So I just press and hold the down button until I see my shade start to travel close to where I want it to stop. I like to stop it just a little bit before and use those incremental steps. So just slowly pressing your remote to adjust it as close as possible to the bottom. Once your shade is at the bottom limit you prefer, you're going to want to lock that setting in. So you're going to want to press and hold the stop and down button simultaneously for 2 seconds. Shade will jog twice, beep twice. Now we're ready to do the upper limit. So I just like to press and hold. That allows the shade to travel all the way towards the top. I like to stop it a little bit before the very top. And then you can use those step-by-step movements to move it as close as you'd like. Once you've got it at your upper limit, you're gonna want to go ahead and lock that setting in. So you're going to press and hold the up and down button simultaneously. Your shade is going to jog twice and beep twice, and now your shade is ready to use. So when I press down, shade will travel down. I can stop it at any point by just pressing the stop button, and likewise when I go up, it's going to travel to that set position. So you've got both of your motors now programmed, except this one is asleep. So I'm going to go ahead and wake it up. In order to do so, you're just going to locate the P1 button on the motor head, press and hold that for 2 seconds. So that's going to take it out of sleep mode. Jog once, beep once. Now let's test it. So when I press down on my remote, I'm on channel 1, which is where both shades are programmed to. So we should see both shades travel together. Woohoo! And likewise, if I want to travel them both up at the same time, say good morning, this is how you do it. Congratulations, you've programmed 2 shades on the same channel.